For sure, when he gets in his mode, there's no stopping Kobe, man. He's fuego for a reason, and it's pretty cool to be in the game, being able to watch something historic happen right in front of your eyes.
Andrew, what does it say about this team when Tego Away doesn't play majority of that first half, and the production is still there, and you guys are still putting points up on that board?
Yeah, we're a super deep team, regardless of what has happened throughout this year. I feel like we've been battle tested. A lot of people from 1 to 12, 13 have really gotten good experience this season, and so everybody was ready for the moment and stepped up especially big in that first half. And then when we come out in the second half, it's pretty aggressive. It was able to get going a little bit in that second half, which we all kind of knew was going to happen. So.
And you just kind of touched on Lamont Butler's defensive ability, but for him not to score last game and to come out this game and have a great offensive performance, what does that say about him?
Yeah, it's just great for him. I'm super proud of him. He was kind of still obviously coming back from that. Just needed a game under his belt a little bit. Was super comfortable today, super physical, and just such a great leader for us out there.
Does anyone in the country make more winning plays than Lamont?
Probably not, man. He does everything for us. Even just his presence on the ball. It's really cool to see him just at half court, just doing whatever he wants to do, try and disrupt the defense, and disrupt their guards, and it really makes a big impact on what we want to do defensively.
Did you guys feel like you could turn them over? I mean, they had 14 turnovers the other night. Did you feel like that if you were aggressive on defense, you could get turnovers?
Yeah, certainly. I think they're a super talented team, but that was definitely in some of the scouts being able to try and turn them over a little bit, and for us, that allowed us to get out in transition and really make some good plays and start feeling good, getting some momentum, especially in that second half. So, it definitely was something that we wanted to do going into the game, and we're able to execute.
Andrew, how important is these next couple of days, rest-wise, and getting the team back healthy and just taking the time to decompress in a sense? How valuable is that?
Yeah, it's very valuable, and also it's it helps that we are an older group. We'll be able to, you got to celebrate for sure. Be able to celebrate these wins is important for us, and then we do a great job being able to come back with still workers mentality these next couple of days, trying to be able to do whatever it takes, whether that's like you said, helping your body, trying to recover, but also getting back out there practicing before we head to our next spot.
Andrew, how have you seen Kobe's game grow? He came to Kentucky sort of billed as a three-point specialist, but I think tonight he was like 7 of 8 on 2-point field goals. How's he grown?
Well, he's still a three-point specialist, so, for sure. But he's done a great job of, we talk about it, just it's called digging in on his drives and being able to come off pick and roll, super aggressive, be able to, get a good driving line, get downhill for a floater or get to the rim. And so, I think for him, he's really developed very well. A lot of hard work has gone into it. And so it's really special to see a player, be able to do that throughout the season.
I know you guys are going to enjoy this one, but what is it going to take to beat a Tennessee team 3 times in one season?
Yeah, they're a really good team. They're super tough. And I think it'll be, similar to tonight. It's going to be about rebounding. It's going to be about physicality and making a miss and making sure we get that defensive rebound. And so, they're a super talented team and they're experienced in their own right. So it'll be an exciting game for us.
What is it about these types of crowds that bring out the best in you guys?
Yeah.
Outnumbered.
A couple times you would think that when the Illinois crowd goes crazy, it gets to us, but we love it, man. We love it when they get loud. They go on a little run. We know what type of people we are and what type of players we are. We're going to dig in and be able to respond in the right way. And so when those moments happen, we're ready to make a response.
First Sweet 16 since 2019. Just how big is it for the 35% of the Kentucky fans that were there to get that for them?
Yeah, man, it's super special. There's nothing like it. We talked about growing up, just watching Kentucky and how successful they've been, but it's kind of crazy to be able to be here. I never would have thought, and to be wearing Kentucky represented now, moving on to the Sweet 16 is it's surreal for sure.
It's a short walk, but coming back to this locker room, knowing the work you've put in for this thing to go on, What's that 20, 25 seconds like coming back here?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's a little bit of a relief, but I mean, I still feel like there's a lot of juice that we're ready to give this week, and I think we're just excited for what lies ahead this next week.
I felt like you guys were really loose today. Why was that?
I think we're just at the point where we have to be. I mean, this is our last shot. Right? If we lose, we go home. So I think it's just the mentality of leaving it all on the court. I think we're living that. We're living it right now, and I think that's when we're playing our best basketball.
Did you know where you were when you launched from?
I didn't. Someone said something. I'll have to watch the video. I didn't realize how far I was, but I was open. So maybe that's why I was open. I don't know.
Where did you get the confidence to just launch from wherever you are on the floor?
I mean, it's kind of just been stacking plays, stacking experiences. Hit one in the first half that felt good. Like I said, it's good to see the first one go down and have confidence to shoot the next, and that's what we need. We can't be out there scared to shoot because we don't have time for that. We don't have. We can't afford it. So I'm ready to go out there and let it fly.
How cool was it to see LaMarche in person in real time?
We've been talking about it. That's LaMarche, man. It's just so fun having someone out there where, just as a viewer, I feel like you just feel so comfortable having Ma out there because you know what you're going to get from him.
How would you compare these two wins over the weekend?
Well, I think the teams were similar, I think, which actually helped us a lot. I felt like our scout was similar to having a big man who picks and pops a lot, and I think we haven't done much switching in the season, but that was our scout coming into Troy, and I thought we were great at executing it again tonight and being out on Ivisic. He hit a few, but he's a great player, and so I think that was they were very comparable in their offensive rebounding efforts and their shooting big men. So I thought we executed both very well.
What are y'all going to have to do to continue this momentum into Tennessee and get a sweep of 3 wins in a row?
Yeah, well, we're playing win or go home, and so I think we're going to come in playing freely. We're gonna let it go and play together and stick to what we've done the whole season. We're not gonna change up anything. We're gonna do our same old boring habits, and I think that's helped us a lot.
What was the key to getting 14 turnovers that tied your season high?
I thought our game plan for them was very good. We were switching 9-1-1 emergency switching on the big man who was popping. Sometimes he was rolling, but I thought we did a great job at tricking up the pass that they were trying to make to him and getting a lot of deflections. And plus, it's nice having Lamont up there that I don't think their guards felt very comfortable with Lamont out there guarding them, and I think that helped us a lot is having guys playing on their heels a little bit. That's I think what led to a lot of turnovers.
A lot of credit goes to Lamont, but you had 3 steals yourself.
Did I?
Yeah, you had 3 steals yourself. How do you pride yourself in your defensive game and almost at this point becoming like a 3-and-D player?
Yeah, well, I think to be out on the court, I need to be trusted by my teammates and by coach to hold my own. And so I want to be out there so he forgets that I'm out there. So I'm just taking pride and taking it personal on the defensive end, and it's kind of been my thing is going out there and trying to take it personal on the defensive end.
What is it about these environments that bring out the best in you guys?
I don't know. We've talked a lot about being the villains, and there's something about that I think that we've liked is being able to silence the crowd and send them home. I think it's brought a lot of good out of us, and we're playing some good basketball in those kind of environments.
So are you hoping for more orange in Indianapolis?
No, we're ready to have some great Kentucky fans out. I mean, we had a whole section out there today that really helped us, and so hopefully they can make the trip out to Indianapolis.
Colin, you guys, a lot of these guys have talked about March moments, watching things growing up as a kid. There's probably going to be some kids out there that remember that 10-0 stretch from Kobe Bryant tonight where he was just making everything. What did it feel like being a part of one of those moments?
I mean, I'm not a little kid, but I'll probably watch that at home too. I'll probably sit on my couch and watch it. Yeah, it's just fun to have a front row seat to watching Kobe do his thing. It's awesome.
You talk about getting that step back three that you made the last game from Kobe. What about that logo three? Is that something out of his playbook too?
I've been attending the Kobe Bryant Academy a little bit and watching him all season, so trying to take a little bit from his playbook.
You talk about those environments next week, Sweet 16. That's awesome enough, but against the rival in Tennessee, does that add any extra motivation?
I mean, we're not satisfied, right? We're going in with the mentality to win, and I think there will be some familiarity. We know they're guys, but they're a great team, and so we're ready to go compete a third time.
So how just this feel to get on the floor, hit some big shots, and some big free throws for yourself down the stretch?
It feels great. Like I said, growing up and playing, watching moments in March, watching March Madness is just something you're dreaming of being a part of one day. And I'm just happy that I'm able to be a part of it.
What is it about crowds like this that kind of bring out the best in you guys, where there's more orange than blue?
We're some dogs, to be honest. We're battlers. We like when we're facing adversity because that just makes us become more together. We're just brothers. So when you're out there battling with your brothers, it's just fun. It's like a street fight when you're in a rival town. There's nobody there rooting for you. You just got whoever you came with. So that's what it is. We have whoever we came with, and we went out there and battled.
Colin said that you guys like a villain role. Like you guys are kind of saying like we embrace the villain role. Why is that?
Yeah, we do embrace the villain role. Because we're Kentucky, so everybody wants to beat us. So we like being the villain. We like coming into hostile environments and being able to shush the crowd. So it's just a great. It's a great experience being able to play in environments like these, especially in March Madness. So it was just fun, to be honest. It was really fun.
How good does it feel to get one just to fall and kind of get that momentum back after you hit so many big shots throughout the year?
Yeah, it's great to see one go through the net. Obviously, we got some big game. We got a big game coming up, so hopefully we can continue with that momentum going into whenever we play Tennessee, because that's gonna be a big one. We're gonna need it.
Colin hit one from the logo. Just what has gotten into him as of late, hitting such big shots?
I'm just proud of him for his confidence. He's staying confident. He's always in the gym. He's always working. So he deserves this. I feel like he has some big moments coming up too, because we're planning to play into April. So this is definitely fun, and I'm happy for him.
What was it like experiencing that Kobe Bryant run, where it felt like everything he was tossing up was falling through?
It felt crazy being there on the bench. I'm so happy for him. He deserves this. He works so hard. He stays in the gym. And he's just a great guy. So he really deserves all this praise, this moment, this legendary March Madness moment. This is crazy. So I'm happy for him, for real.
It's been 2019 was the last time this program's been the Sweet 16. Just how, for the fans that were here, they're outnumbered. How good did it feel to do it for those guys?
It felt great. I know BBM been itching for this win for a little while now. And not just for BBM, for us too. I've never been to the Sweet 16. Most of us never been to the Sweet 16 before. So it's just happy that we are able to reach this round and be able to make it. Be able to have an opportunity to go to Elite 8 next week. So it's just great.
Tennessee round 3. How excited are you for that?
I'm so excited. It's our rival. It's going to be definitely a great atmosphere, a little closer to home. So it's going to be definitely fun to be able to go out there and play.
Awesome. Appreciate you, Ainsley. Thank you.
A couple big dunks today. How just good does that feel to get the crowd going?
Yeah, I mean it felt good, especially in the moments that I had them on the run. So just being able to make plays like that and just on the defensive end, it felt great.
Just in transition, this 2 rounds of the tournament have been really strong for you guys. Just what have you been seeing on that end?
I feel like none of our guys are playing nervous. Coach Pope and the rest of the coaching staff always say just be present in the moment, and I feel like that means a lot, and it's definitely helped us be where we are now. So
the freedom of the offense and the defense tonight. Pope has talked about playing with a pace.
Yeah.
Was this the pace he has talked about?
I feel like it started on defense. We know that there was a great offensive rebounding team. So just keeping under control, and once we get the rebounds, just being able to push it. I felt like we have dynamic guards like Ortega and Lamont being able to do that for us. So that definitely made the offense a lot free, and just knowing that they didn't have the right matchup. So I feel like that definitely changed the game.
Was that the March matchup or performance that you expected?
Yeah, we expect that from him every time. People say he was quiet on Friday, but he still led the team in many ways, and that's just the kind of player he is for sure.
What's this feel like to get to advance to the Sweet 16?
I mean, it feels strange because never in my career have I played this far in March. So, I feel like it's like that for a lot of the guys. So we're all just excited and, ready to get back to work and be ready for next week. So.
Is it kind of surreal to think about where you were a year ago and here you are going into
For sure. I remember watching all the games last year and just wondering what it felt like to, just be in that moment. So I'm glad I'm here now.
How are you balancing, just experiencing this and taking it in for the whole time, taking souvenirs, and just also focusing on business at the same time?
I mean, I feel like we're all in this together. We know when to flip the switch and be ready for game time, and it's definitely worked in the 2 games. So just having everyone go through this experience together, of course, except guys like Lamont, it makes it a lot easier. So.
What was it like watching Kobe just kind of heat up and it got to the point where everything he was throwing up was going in?
And we've seen that a lot before. It just reminded me of the Florida game. So, I don't think there was any better time for it to happen this year than here at March Madness. So I'm just happy that he had that moment for sure.
Colin said that he was attending the Kobe Bryant Academy, and that's why he launched from the logo. What do you think of that shot?
I mean, that's what I'm saying about our freshmen. They have a crazy confidence because me as a freshman, I would never do something like that. So to see him do that and, make him be so calm and collected after that just kind of shows what kind of guys they are.
What do you think about matching up against Tennessee in the next round?
I mean, they're a great team. We've played them twice. We've seen what they did in the SEC tournament. So I feel like it's just how we prepare for this game, knowing that they're a great team and, just staying true to the scout and being ready. So.
What is it about these types of environments that bring out the best in you guys where Kentucky fans are outnumbered?
I mean, they say Kentucky fans are outnumbered, but you wouldn't have known that during the game just because of how loud they were. So it helped us in Seattle, it helped us here, and we're just thankful that we have fans like that who travel for sure.
What does it mean to do it for those guys to get to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2019?
I mean, we knew that coming in, and, even for Coach Pope, it just meant a lot. So just being able to give that kind of gift to them guys and just keep on going, we're thankful that we'll be able to do that. So.
I think Pope said something about your back last game. How are you feeling physically?
I'm feeling great. I took some Tylenol and things like that. So when you lost in the moment of the game, I didn't feel it at all. So thankfully, I was able to go. So
excited for that
rivalry game against Tennessee. Along with that, going to be a lot of orange in there as well. Or you think BBN's going to take over?
Me being me, I'm pretty sure BBN's going to take over. But I'm sure Tennessee, it's a big game for them too. So I know that they'll have some people there, but nobody's like BBN, man. So.
How valuable are these next couple of days for the health and the rest of the team?
Oh, super valuable. I know that, our trainers are going to do a great job of just making sure that we recover and, guys that need extra, time and recovery and stuff, they'll get that done. So, we got the best trainers in the nation. So I'm just happy that, they're on our side and they're going to help us out and just give us time to, to rest and recover and be ready to go on the next game.
And you mentioned the next game. What allows you guys to be so successful against a tough Tennessee squad during the regular season?
I think it was just that, well, first of all, we did a really good job guarding their actions. We came in with a defensive mind, and like I keep saying, that's something that we're going to have to do to continue to move forward. But on top of that, we just stayed true to ourselves on offense. We just ran our stuff, and I think it gives anybody problems. So as long as we continue to do us, I think, we'll keep giving people trouble.
How much different is this team when Lamont's out there?
Oh, man, he makes a world of difference, honestly. I just kept talking about it. He's a great player, man, but he really makes a difference for us. Just on defensive end, ahead of the snake, having to go up against him, bringing the ball down, and you see Lamont Butler guarding you. Just to have him on that side and then offensively too, like today, he put a lot of pressure on those guys and he made a lot of plays for himself and for the rest of the team, and that's what we're going to need going forward.
What's that say about your team that when you get it going like that and they keep giving you the ball?
It's hard to stop. It's hard to stop because anybody can go, you know what I'm saying? I think we had a lot of people in double digits today, and that's not the case just today, but in a lot of games, so it's like, who do you stop, because the next guy's going to come right back and he's going to get buckets too. So.
How big did the rim feel for you in the second half?
It felt like an ocean. As a player, you kind of just get in that groove, and especially when you got the coaches and players backing you, it makes it even bigger. So just wanted to go out there and make plays for myself and for my team. And at the end of the day, we just want to win the game. So whatever it takes.
Talk about this team's depth. Otega always got in foul trouble, sat out majority of that first half, and the production didn't fall off at all.
Our freshmen, man, they're being great. Like, just the fact that we can count on them, especially in March, man. Like, it's not a lot of teams that you can, have guys come off the bench and perform the way that they did. So we're really deep. Obviously we were deeper, with our players that we have injured right now. But they've been great still. Like, even on the bench and stuff, they're super supportive. They're always talking to us. So super appreciative for them, and we're going to continue to do special things.
At one point, one of those shots had to be a heat check. When that one goes in, what's going through your mind?
Oh man, I was praying that last one went in. That would have changed everything. But it's just the rhythm of the game. When you feel yourself get going a little bit and your teammates are feeding you, you just kind of want to keep going and keep getting on runs. But it's such a good thing that I'm able to come out, get some buckets, and as soon as I miss or fall off or something, the next guy's coming and he's gonna do it too. So it doesn't put so much pressure on myself that I have to deliver. There's other guys that can do it too.
Kobe, you came to Kentucky billed as a three-point marksman, and you are. But it seems like there's
5 minutes, folks.
Seems like there's a whole lot more in your bag of tricks. Did you always have that, or have you developed that this year?
I think I've always had different parts of my game. I just feel like I haven't really been able to show it, but definitely I've developed a lot throughout this year. The coaches have done a great job of just showing me how I can use my shot to get to other things, and so just getting to my mid-range, my floaters and stuff like that. So just trying to expand my game as much as possible.
How comforting is it to be in the NCAA tournament with Lamont Butler as your point guard?
Super, super comforting. I mean, he's somebody that's been through this. He knows what's expected. He knows what to do, and he makes us feel comfortable. And just to have him out there with us playing his best basketball, that's all you can want as a player. And he's delivering, so we know that he's going to continue to perform.
Colin said that he's been attending the Kobe Bryant Shooting Academy. What kind of student is he?
He's a great student, man. Just because he's somebody that I'll shoot for hours and stuff before practice, whatever. And he's just watching him and the rest of the freshmen. I feel them watching, and I'm just kind of just trying to do my job and just know that I'm probably being looked at by them and they're learning or whatever. So just whatever they need, I'm there for them. But they definitely been observing a lot. And yesterday he hit that shot. He had shot fake, side step three, and I was like, man, he took that from my book. But that's what's up. It's good to see.
Kobe, what was working for you inside the arc tonight?
Yeah, they kept running me off the line just like a lot of teams do, and I feel comfortable, going in there and getting to my floaters, my mid-range and stuff like that. So, when a team tries to take one thing away, just got to move on to the next thing, and it was working out pretty well for me.
If Lamont's Lamarche, what are you?
Oh, man, I'm just Fuego. After the game, they kept saying Fuego. That's just who I am. I try to stay the same, but
He said Marzo.
Huh?
He said Marzo on that.
Marzo? Oh, okay, Spanish, okay. A lot of this team is learning Spanish. I don't know how, where, but they'll come and talk to me in Spanish. I'm like, it's crazy.
It's kind of surreal to think about where you are now going to the Sweet 16.
Oh, man, it's even crazier to think how it was 2 years ago. Just like a lot of people don't know, I was in a wheelchair, and wheelchair for 2 months, rehabbing, coming back from, stress fractures, and to be here now, it's God's plan. It's a blessing, it's unbelievable what he does, in such a short amount of time. Just the fact that I'm able to wear this jersey right here, Kentucky, and, be next to all these great players and play in this environment, and just to have a game like that and win and keep going and moving on to the Sweet 16, it's a blessing.
Healthy, especially for even you.
Yeah, we gotta get healthy, man. We gotta get healthy. On these next couple of weeks, next week, to get ready for Tennessee on the Sweet 16. So we'll be ready, and I can't wait.
You didn't score last game. This game, you have a wonderful game. Were you feeling a little bit better, or was there something just clicking for you?
Yeah, it felt good. I got a lighter brace on, so less restrictions. So I was just out there playing free, able to hit some shots tonight and help the team out.
To get this program of all the programs to the Sweet 16, how special is that for this team?
Man, this is a dream come true, man. Kentucky basketball, they're used to winning. They have a winning tradition, and for me to help continue that, me and this team and this coaching staff, to help continue that is just a blessing, and we're excited.
What was your perspective from Mr. Fuego over there today?